If you're listening to this in the car and you're on your way home,
we'll be in
turn
your
around
house.
because we're in your house.
We're in your house. Welcome to the Horror Junkies Podcast, the podcast where we discuss all things horror. I'm your host, Mike.
I'm Pat.
And I'm Jorge.
And listeners, we are joined by Kevin and Jennifer Sluder today on the show. Welcome them all.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Thanks for having us.
No problem. Thank you guys for taking the time out of your busy schedule to talk to some bearded, sweaty guys on over the interwebs.
I just shaved my beard. It's weird.
I was getting ready to say I shaved my beard today.
Yeah, I'm looking a bit grizzly myself, so
I haven't seen my chin since 1992.
Exactly. Well, like I said, thank you guys so much for giving us the opportunity to not only watch your film, but to also pick your brain about it a little bit and let our listeners get that exclusive content. It's gonna be fun.
Okay.
The first thing we always like to do on our show is we kind of like to pick your brain. The both of you, top 3 favorite horror movies off the top of your head.
Put him on the spot.
I put them on the spot.
The one that immediately goes to my mind, and this is like far and away my favorite horror film, and it's The Descent.
Nice.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good movie.
Love it.
It's actually like probably 1, 2, and 3. I love that film so much, and then you got to go classic with Halloween, and then number 3. Oh no, Jen, go, and I'll think of number 3.
Okay, yeah, 3's tough. Yeah, so my favorite, and you will hear me say this on other podcasts, so I'm being honest, is The Shining. I love The Shining.
Nice.
And I guess I want to go a little more recent. There's one that's out in theaters now, or was just recently, by Coralie Fargiat. She's a French director. It's called Revenge.
Oh yes, I've actually seen some stills of the movie. Haven't watched it yet, but it looks pretty fucking intense.
It's badass.
I watched it twice. I caught it at Chattanooga Film Festival, and then as soon as I saw it was playing in L.A., we both went and saw it up on Hollywood Boulevard. So, oh man, that one's incredible. Now I got to think of another 3. Okay.
Oh, you can get stuck in the loop and go on forever.
Oh, yeah.
There's too many great movies.
I think ours change
every time.
Literally about every other 3 to 4 months. We're always coming up with a new top 3 or 5 horror movies, just because the world of horror is drastically changing when it comes to originality, script, plot. Like it's pretty awesome how horror.
Tusk is up there now for me.
Tusk is up there. Have you guys ever watched Tusk by Kevin Smith?
I have not seen that. It's like I get free rentals from the library, and I've gotten Tusk a couple times, and I haven't watched it either time, which is sad. I got yeah, but it's a tie.
Okay.
So this is giving me extra picks, obviously.
Yeah.
Carrie, Brian De Palma's Carrie, I think is awesome. And then for just classic Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which we just watched a couple of months ago, and man, that's still great.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then one I just saw for the second time at Popcorn Fright. It's called Tigers Are Not Afraid by Issa Lopez. And it's not technically a horror. It's but it has horror moments, and I can't think of something more horrific than being 8 to 12-year-old kids on the street of Mexico City trying to survive this person who wants to kill them. It's magnificently shot. It's a wonderful film. I highly recommend it. It is not gore or any of that kind of horror, but it is the horror of human experience. So I think that kind of mixes things up with the kind of the classic tales in there, and then kind of a new take. You're talking about new takes on horror, and I think that's definitely a very solid one.
I'm gonna have to check that one out. That one sounds pretty intense.
Once you said Mexico, I was in.
Approved. He just signed her on to do a project with him. So
nice.
Guillermo del Toro is definitely a fan of Issa Lopez.
Oh, Del Toro is a probably one of our
He's
top
favorite
directors amongst all of us on the show. We love that guy.
Yeah, There's some kind of visuals in the film that are definitely Del Toro influenced, but it's her own thing. She did her own thing with it, and she wrote it as well. I just found her to be a remarkably talented artist.
Awesome.
So I'm trying to trumpet her every time I'm on.
That's awesome. Support independent horror. That's what we're all about.
Yep.
So let's kind of dive into your guys' movie a little bit. So Heartless, it's a short film directed by you, Kevin.
Yes.
It's based on the Edgar Allan Poe, the Telltale Heart, which when I read about that, I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So can you talk about, like, was that your inspiration was like you read that poem and or have you always loved that poem and really wanted to see it come to film, or like how did you come up with a movie based off this poem, or short story, I should say, by Edgar Allan Poe?
I was actually on a film set in a friend's house, and the lead actress was talking to the sound guy about Poe stories that they love the most, and none of it brought up, Telltale Heart, and that's by far my favorite.
Yeah.
And I finally typed in at the end, it's like, there's Telltale Heart, and then there's everything else. I just think it's an amazing story.
Right.
So then, it's a pretty long shoot day, and I'm driving home that night, and we're just kind of listening to music or whatever, riding home, and I just got this shot in my head of this corporate businesswoman staring into the mirror, having done what the Telltale Heart narrator did the night before. Now, I had read the story in probably 15, 20 years, but I remembered it. So then I got home, and of course I Googled, modern day take on, Edgar Allan Poe's Telltale Heart, and I didn't find anything set in a corporate atmosphere. And I was like, really? Oh, wow. Okay, I better get to writing.
Yeah.
But then I looked at the story and just saw how gory it was, and I was like, oh man, I think I can make a pretty effective horror short out of this. Funny, punchy, bloody. So yeah, I just went to work on it after that. But it was always a story that I appreciated. And then just for whatever reason on that, you never know when an idea is going to hit you. And it hit me when I was driving, and I just started working on it when I got home.
That's crazy.
Hell yeah.
That is, I feel like that is one of the more underrated Edgar Allan Poe works.
Yeah.
Everyone's always, The Raven with Nevermore, and, or what's another very famous, Annabelle Lee, a short poem.
Annabelle Lee, yeah.
A lot of people, he has so much that so many people focus on just a little bit of his work when there's like, he wrote a lot back in the day.
Yeah.
So it's really cool that you were able to take that, like you said, driving down the road, and that like the idea just came to your head, excuse me. That's really cool. Another thing is, like, I think casting wise was perfect. Stacy Synder, she was creeping me out watching this the entire time, and I think that was super effective. Like, she got unnerving to me a little bit.
Yeah.
It was kind of scary watching her, wield the things she did.
Yeah, she's kind of a creepy person, though. Oh man, she's gonna punch me. No, she's actually the face I had looking in the mirror. She worked on the short film we did before this called Feeding Time, and she was the lead in that. And we produced that film, and I just watched her work, and I was like, oh wow, she's incredible. I'd love to work with her again sometime. And that was the face I had staring in the mirror. And luckily she was available. And I basically hit her up on text and was like, hey, I got a script I want to send to you. And she signed on after that. But yeah, she's a phenomenal actress. She came in on a blind audition for the Feeding Time role and just blew our socks off. And I was just kind of like, all right, that's a gem. She's a gem and a really sweet person as well.
Did you have to direct her like a lot too? Or was it like just natural for her to be like that creepy?
It takes a little bit, like the stuff in the backyard. I gave her some notes on that.
Right.
We had to redo some of the stuff in the house because of time and everything. So I had to direct her on the new stuff that was done.
Mm-hmm.
She's an actress who you give her one note, one direction, and she will go with it. It was very rare.
That's awesome.
I didn't have to adjust after that. It's basically just like, you just point her in the right direction and she goes there full force. So it was really fun, the stuff in the backyard, because it gets pretty gory. And man, she went all in on that. That was like, I think the direction for one of the pivotal things, it was just one sentence. And then, and as far as the description in the script, it was 4 lines. And it's about, 45 seconds of film time. And so it's the glorious part of that. But that was all her. Just all those different reactions, all her, so that was kudos to her performance in that.
I definitely got some Patrick Bateman vibes.
Yeah.
Watching that scene, I was like, oh yeah, that's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I've got a funny behind-the-scenes story about that. So I think Kevin just told her, basically, just take it as far as you can go, and you just let the camera roll. Is that exactly what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, and so then, okay, I don't want to do too many spoilers for sure, in case anybody's going to watch it later, but there's obviously Telltale Heart. There's a heart involved.
Yes.
And so she and this heart are there, and right at the end, she said, right before Kevin said cut, she was just about to lick the heart, and she didn't.
Yes. Giving it her all.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
She had run the gamut of emotions. So
Yeah.
we held the camera on her for about a minute and a half, and she just was doing all these different inflections. And then the stuff that we used in, the first half of it was like the first take, and then the second half of it was the second take. And
Yeah.
it was toward the end of the second take was where we got the really meaty part of that performance. And then we cut.
Yeah.
And it became what it became.
It was super funny too, because she had her moment, Kevin yelled cut, and then she started giggling. She's like, I almost licked it.
I kind of almost wish it would have happened.
That would have been funny. One of the things I really liked, without giving, like we said, not giving too much weight, was the underlying tones of sexism in the workplace.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that because that is something that really happens in the real world, especially in the corporate business world. I've really appreciated it, and it's fun watching her do things and kind of react the way she does to the things being said to her.
Go get me some coffee.
Yeah, go get me some coffee. Okay, and I like how it kind of then later on in the movie we're kind of revisiting that coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think George had a really special question.
Actually, yeah, talking about coffee, so I really have to ask probably the most important question of this whole interview is, what flavor was the muffin?
Blueberry.
It was blueberry.
Ah, okay, that's perfect.
We should have had a poll.
I am gonna go get a blueberry muffin.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I could have made $5.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah,
Because I looked at it, I'm like, that's got to be a blue bun.
See, but I'm glad they knew though. Like
Blueberry
they knew.
muffin.
They weren't like, oh wait, what was it? They're like, nope, it was blueberry.
it's definitely blueberry.
They were expecting
know-
that question. They're like, they're going to ask us about the muffin, aren't they?
Yeah.
You gotta have it all covered.
Gotta be on your game.
Yeah.
So-
Hell yeah.
Can you
With the
kind of?
sexism on the- Oh, I'm sorry.
No, sorry. Go ahead. What was that?
No, with the sexism in the workplace, I was just going to say that I just tried to put as many subtly demeaning and overtly demeaning comments in. It was only about a page and a quarter, a page and a half of screen time, but I just tried to pack it with as many demeaning, right down to him interrupting her when she's explaining. Yeah. It's just I was like, I wanted every beat, every moment with the guys to be some form of demeaning communication toward her, and then that kind of get everybody on her side, seeing as, she's been bad.
Yeah, it really does add, I think, to the short with that dynamic between the four characters that are involved in that sequence. And then another thing I really liked was the questioning of her sanity. Throughout. I mean, it's a 12-minute short, and the entire time I'm from beginning to end, I'm like, okay, is she just seeing things, or is she actually going insane, or what's going on? So I really liked that. I didn't know until I got to the finish, and I was like, well done, well delivered.
Yeah, thanks. I question the character's sanity too.
So, could you guys are you guys working on anything more? I know you guys are just this is really coming out. I mean, anything in the very, very beginning draft stages of what could become your next thing? Are you trying to make Heartless more into something, or working on some of your other titles like Feeding Time, things like that, making them maybe a full feature or anything like that?
For Heartless, I have a rough outline done on a feature version. I'm trying to figure out exactly how to make that work, because it's pretty. It's a fast moving. It's 10.5 minutes of screen time.
Yeah.
You got 7 blood effects. I mean, it moves pretty quick. So for a feature, you got to spread that out. And I'm sure you're trying to figure out exactly how to do that. But I got a decent feel for it. I got to think about it a little bit longer. I just finished a feature-length horror script, and so right now it's getting a budget done to see what it would cost to make it, and then I'll know a little better after I get that back what the possibilities are for it going forward.
Awesome. I will look forward to that. Hopefully good things come your way for that one.
Yeah, seriously.
Hopefully there's licking of hearts in that one.
Yes, licking of the hearts.
Taking notes from the last film.
it's actually bloodier than Heartless.
Hell yeah.
Excellent. We love gore on this show.
Yeah, we sure do.
Yeah, for like page 40 on. Well, no, gosh, it starts on like page 16. But yeah, it's like there's a lot of
Awesome.
blood.
No holding back.
No
Yeah.
holding back. Were you guys at Popcorn Frights this last weekend, or were you guys your movie just? You were? How did you guys like it?
I love it, man. Mark and Igor put on an amazing festival, and they were just super nice and very filmmaker friendly, and it was great. I really enjoyed it. I love the program. That's where I saw Tigers Are Not Afraid again. So they really program a lot of different things, and I like how they represent all the different sides of genre rather than all like gore and exploitation flicks or all like artsy horror or whatever. I mean there was something for everybody there, and I thought that was a really cool thing about it. And there was only like 20 shorts programmed, and I know they got a ton of submissions, so I was really fortunate, and I felt very lucky and honored to be a part of that thing. And it's in its 4th year, and it just moved to Fort Lauderdale. I think they got a really great venue there. The sound is amazing.
Yeah,
there.
What they do there down in South Florida is awesome. So cool.
Yeah.
I mean, with the countless, not only like their film festivals, they also do like screenings of like really cool old movies. Love them. I love what they do. So I'm glad that you guys actually did get the opportunity to get on board of Popcorn Frights and have your movie featured.
Oh no, it was wonderful. Yeah, he's doing like a John Carpenter series. I think the 4th to the 7th or something like that.
Yeah, I just saw the post he made today about it.
Yeah.
So I got a fun one for you. It's kind of shifting away. If you had the opportunity to remake a classic horror movie, which one would you go for and why?
Oh man, goodness.
Stumped. Stumped. We ask the hard questions.
We gotta stop doing
on
it
this
to
podcast.
Goodness.
We gotta start sending our questions to people.
Just go get mad. Just like remake The Shining and cut the first hour.
Oh,
Cut the first hour out. I could see that.
I could see it.
Just get to the point. Oh my God.
Yeah, Stanley Kubrick.
It's sacrilege. I'm sure it's like gonna get hate mail now, but yeah.
Hey, if you got haters, you're doing something right.
Exactly.
That's the first one that came to mind, but I'm sure there's some much more worthy than Shining.
Yeah, I mean, like we talked about The Shining being remade on this podcast before, and Patrick thought the good director to be Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
If anyone like big league director was supposed to make it, like he was like Wes Anderson, I think could do a pretty good job. It'd be interesting to see what you could do with remaking The Shining too. That movie's crazy. There's a lot of potential there.
Yeah.
A lot of things not actually talked about.
Yeah, exactly.
Via the book.
Yeah. I know that Stephen King's a little upset that it didn't adhere to the book as much. As he
That's like the only movie he doesn't like either. I'm like, it's like you're
Crazy,
pretty much
right?
the only good one. Well, I mean, yeah.
I
I mean, there's great ones now, but it wasn't always the case.
Yeah. So I guess like another thing, as a director, and you as well, Jennifer, what is your favorite aspect of the horror genre? Like, what really draws you into filming horror movies?
Do you want to answer?
So my role in the company is marketing and production design and costume design and that sort of thing. So I guess with horror, especially with independent horror, and the movies our friends are making and the things that we're seeing out at festivals, it's just the most interesting storytelling that's out there right now.
Right.
A lot of the big budget stuff, I love explosions and car chases and stuff too, don't get me wrong, but the story is lacking in a lot of the bigger movies.
Yes.
So I really like that aspect of specifically independent horror, is that you're going to get an interesting ride, and it's not going to go where you think it's going to go. So it is a ride.
I feel like it's like one of the only genres that's dug in deep into like psyche shit,
I mean, Hereditary just literally left you mindless. So I mean, there's that for you.
Yeah, I think for like writing and directing, I've written in various genres or whatever, and horror is especially cool because you have built-in stakes and urgency. Basically, in anything you're writing, you have goal, stakes, urgency. Those are 3 like rules. You need those things. You know, your rom-com, you know, what are the stakes? It's like, you don't land this person. Well, there's other people. It's like, I mean, it's okay. Your life doesn't depend on it. But in horror, your life depends on it.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, and you have that, the stakes. There's why, you know, love The Descent. And I mean, it's just gold. Get out of there. Stakes, you know, you're going to die.
Yeah.
Urgency, you're going to die pretty soon. It's, you know, all those things are worked in with an effective horror script. And it's built in, you know, you're in the haunted house, you could die. You know, life and death situations that horror just traffics in that a lot of other genres don't. And I kind of think that's one of the things that is such a cathartic thing for people.
Right.
That was well said.
Yes, very.
Jesus.
I
agree.
practiced that one.
You brought me down. I completely fucking agree. That was awesome.
Hell yeah.
All right, I'm out.
Mic drop, no more.
Within the horror genre, like, what's your favorite genre?
I don't have anything else.
Within the horror genre, what's your favorite genre? Like in horror, like gore and stuff like that.
I like family and peril stuff. Like,
okay.
You know, once again, I think The Descent is it's a family of friends, a group of people. You know that I like The Conjuring. You know that where when the stakes are bigger, like your kid's gonna die. The Exorcist, things like that.
Right.
I seem to go back to that more than like a slasher film. Even though I would like to write a slasher film.
Oh my god, that'd be sick.
You can't go wrong.
I love slasher
You can't go
movies.
wrong.
I love
You know,
slasher movies.
And you guys could bring it back because, like, right now slashers are kind of meh. Like,
Bring
what do
it-
we have? We have Happy Day or
Happy Death
Happy
Day.
Day.
Happy Death Day and
We
stuff
have
like
Slasher, the TV show on Netflix.
that. Like, it's not that great right now, and I think it needs a nice comeback.
I definitely agree with that.
All right. Working on it. Right.
So do it.
So what we're saying is you need to do it now.
I'll get to work on that. But no,
Hell yeah.
I have a slasher idea. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. See if I can make it work.
Well,
But you got the new Halloween coming out.
Yeah, I think Halloween may be the one that's going to bring it back.
Fingers crossed on that one.
Fingers crossed. We'll see.
All right. Everybody's hopeful.
So
Just don't watch the
that's all we
trailer.
can do is be hopeful.
yeah. So Heartless is playing in Horror Hound Weekend Film Festival this weekend on the 24th of August. It's then going to the 4th annual Cinema Fantastique Film Festival.
Say that 5 times fast.
I can't. It's in Vancouver, August 25th.
Yeah.
You guys are going to Horrible Imaging Film Festival. Man, this movie is going around, making its rounds,
Good.
and rightfully so. Because I mean, like I said, this short is definitely gripping. It has you guessing from the beginning. It has all the shock value that you want in a short, if you will, even in a movie. I mean, there's just so much that you could peel the layers back and just talk about endless scenes forever. And we would if we weren't gonna. We just don't want to spoil it for everyone.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, well shot. The stills that we were sent over by Lillian are freaking amazing. It really paints a really cool picture. So if you're out there and you're listening in this world of listeners and you live in these different areas, if you go to heartlessmovie.com, they have a where to watch, and you can buy tickets from their website. You can watch a trailer. You can contact them, talk to the director,
Give him your money.
give him your money.
So we can get that slasher film. Come on.
Support independent horror.
Yeah, it's like we started the GoFundMe right now.
Exactly. Starting the GoFundMe. But I mean, I guess like that's really it for us. Do you have any weird questions for us? Maybe you want to ask us our opinions on certain things. We can kind of switch this interview around. You interview us.
The tables have turned.
The tables have turned.
Oh, don't put me on the spot.
Ooh.
No, I was.
What do we do?
I don't know. What horror movies do you guys like?
There we go.
Oh God.
Updated version.
So, for me, I'm a big Scream fan. Love Scream, love Ghostface. I love the guessing game through the entire series and the TV show.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the TV show.
Actually, yeah, that was good. I liked it.
I'm also a huge Clive Barker fan, so I enjoy a good Hellraiser, Nightbreed. And then I think one of my top movies up there right now, number 3, if I'm going to do Scream, Hellraiser, number 3 is going to be Hostel by Eli Roth. I really enjoy Hostel and the carnage that it really
Hostels on your
presents.
top right now?
Hostel's
Really?
on my top right now.
Wow. Wow, Mike.
What a comeback.
I know.
What a guy.
Yeah. All right.
For me,
Now you liked all the blood and gore, man.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
bro.
yeah,
I
true.
love the blood and gore.
yeah. Mike likes the color red.
Yeah, exactly.
For me right now, again, Tusk, because I just watched it again for like the 5th time in my life. Because it's on Netflix right now. So, Tusk, yeah. Man, what else do I have? I guess I'm on Aliens right now.
Okay.
I'm on action-y horror movies right now. I just watched Doomed again and hated it.
No.
Still hate it.
Which ones you hate?
Doom. With Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
I'm on a space horror binge right now, so yeah, I just watched Ghost of Mars too. Like,
Oh, John thing.
Nice.
I guess the third one for me would be Silent Hill.
Silent Hill?
Yeah.
That's a good one. I
I'll
love
give it.
Silent
I'll
Hill.
give it this week.
Wasn't bad.
And
this
what
month.
about George? What about you, buddy?
Honestly, like I'm into the weird stuff right now. Like I watched Raw the other day.
Okay.
That French flick.
Raw's a good movie.
It was good.
Have you guys seen Raw
It was-
yet?
Yeah, I watched that one.
Hell
That
yeah.
was pretty,
That's a
those
good
are some
movie.
hard partiers. They party hard.
Yeah, they definitely party hard. They
Yeah.
party on another level.
That movie made me hungry.
I don't know. It's just something about it. I just was drawn in, and I was like, all right, I need this. So
I like the way it was filmed. It was filmed in a really
Yeah.
good way.
And the story was so complex and weird. Like
Yeah.
that ending was perfect in my opinion. Like,
Agreed.
well, you got 2 others, George.
I told you not to put me on a spot.
That's because you suck.
so,
You're not a true fan.
Devil's
it
Rejects,
Nice.
because I just
Okay.
watched it again the other day too, and never gets old. I don't care how many times you see it. It's great.
Apparently, they didn't die.
Apparently they're not dead.
Yeah. Apparently, they didn't.
Spoiler
they didn't-
alert.
Spoiler alert for the 3rd movie. Apparently they're not dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
But like I said, guys, we want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come on our Cracker Box show, talk to us about some horror stuff, promote your movie. That's the overall goal here, is just to promote. Go see Heartless wherever you can. Support their movie. It's great. It's 12 minutes of carnage. It's hell. It's crazy, and it's fun.
Yeah.
So like I said, Kevin, Jennifer, thank you so much for being on the show. We look forward to watching future features and your past features. I'm really looking forward to watching Feeding Time.
Yeah, I want to watch
It sounds crazy. I was reading the synopsis about it earlier today, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna check this one out later tonight.
Yeah, you won't be scared of Stacy anymore if you
Yeah.
watch that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
It's an 80s babysitter in peril thing, kind of House of Devil, kind of got a Joe Dante feel, John Carpenter. It's definitely a callback to earlier films, but Matt Mercer directed it and wrote it, and he's kind of a horror staple in independent crowds. So
yeah.
he did a great job on it. We're really proud of it, and it's totally different from Heartless, but
I look forward to watching it. Though.
Yeah, me too.
yeah, it's pretty awesome. We love it.
Yeah, you can see it for free. It's on the Screamfest YouTube. But if you go to the website for the film is feedingtimemovie.com, and it's right on there, so you can
Awesome.
check it out.
Ooh, thank you for that.
I know what I'm doing tonight.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll check that out while we wait for our next show to get going on the air. But again, thank you so much for taking the time to come on our show, and we look forward to watching future things. We really enjoyed this movie. I can't wait to write the review for you guys. It's gonna be a great time writing that review up in words like I do.
I didn't know that was happening. That's
Oh
great.
yeah,
That's awesome.
don't worry, we're gonna give you that finest Horror Junkies podcast review. You wait out. You wait for it.
5 out of 5 blueberry muffins.
5 out of 5 blueberry
Blueberry
muffins. Nice. That was perfect. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being on the show, and we'll talk to you guys some other time. All right.
Thank you so much, and
thanks for
thanks,
having us.
thanks for the kind words, man. This
Yeah.
has kind of made my week. This has been really awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank
You're so
you.
welcome, guys. Hey, check out the show. You may like us. You know.
Love us or hate
I
us.
did. I actually did. I listened to the Christian Bale one, the one about American Psycho. and it was
Oh
hilarious.
God, that one got weird.
Yeah.
We haven't committed to the Christian Bale workout thing, the Patrick Bateman workout thing yet.
Speak for yourself. I've been on it all day. What do you mean?
Honey buns over there.
Shut up.
Yeah, he does 1,000 crunches a day.
Yeah. You have to work out while watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's the key to all
Yeah,
of it.
I know. I love that. I love that. That's what's playing.
Yeah,
If you're not
that's
doing
the
that,
secret.
you're not burning those calories. If you're not doing that, it's not going to work.
It's not a maximum workout at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let us know when you do the challenge, and we'll do it with you guys.
Excellent.
Hell
We
yeah.
look forward to doing that. We'll hold you to
All
your
horror
word.
junkies. Right here. You all got to do it.
Everyone's got to do the Patrick Bateman challenge. But guys, you guys have a good night. Again, thank you for taking your time to talk to us.
No, this is a blast. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.